Hey, this is Reina Shaunte back with you with another episode of 40 Days to Looking Younger. Welcome back to my page. All right, so you guys know what to do. You have to like, you have to subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel right now. If you're not already on it, go ahead. I'm gonna give you a second. All right now, I'm gonna check to see how many people came through to like and subscribe because girl, she trying to get her numbers up, like my numbers up on Instagram, okay? Y'all be showing up on Instagram, so I thank you so very much to everybody who has followed me, all of my new followers, and I want to bring them on over to YouTube. We got a party over there, y'all know? Okay, so for today, we're gonna talk about, the tea is going to be about water. Listen, I did not know, how many times do I talk about water? What day are we on? We on like day 34, okay? And I have not talked about water yet. I don't understand. Well, not specifically, I will say that, because in almost every single video, but I talk about water in almost every episode that I have, okay? And I just did not have one dedicated just to water, okay? And I'm like, that is super weird because that's all I do is talk about water. Water. What do we need to do to stay younger, to look younger? It's water. It's staying hydrated. Literally, I have talked about it in every video. I've already told you how good it is for your hair, how good it is for your eyes, how good it is for your nails, how good it is for your body, how good it is for weight loss. I mean, listen, I have exhausted all the things. The only thing that I didn't really tell you about is the kinds of waters that I do like. Okay, so I think on one of the videos, maybe like a little short or something, because y'all know I like to dance. I had a bottle of Essentia water, which I do love. I love Essentia water. I was telling my friend the other day, you guys know Miss Catherine. I was having a good conversation with her. She is super healthy. So I love having, conversations with her because it's about being healthy and beautiful and vibrant and things like that. So we were talking about being hydrated and things. So I told her that I was a water snob because I just only drink certain types of waters. Okay, that's not true. Okay, I will drink other waters, but they're not as good. So it doesn't make me want to drink the water. Because listen, now my husband, he'll drink a lot of water, but he'll put like the little meal drops in it, the little flavor in it. And that'll make him want to drink water because he doesn't like just straight water. That used to be me. I used to be totally like, I don't drink water. Like I was either, when I was a teenager, of course I like sodas and things like that. But then I grew out of that when I was like young and, like a young adult, like a young mom. And, I try to, get rid of the sodas, but I still like fruit juice. I would always have fruit juice, but I never would drink just straight water. But I got to the point, where I got older and I was just like, man, I really want to start, to get healthier. I'm always evolving, always trying to get better. Even when I was ignorant as to, the things that I really should be doing with my body, I realized that, water is great on its own, by itself, So I started, to drink more and more water. And the more you start to drink the different waters, you realize that there is a different taste in these waters. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's a different taste. Now, my first love where I was like, oh, I really want this kind of water was Dasani. I'm just gonna say it. Dasani was my first. It was, that was the first water that I actually craved. That I was like, I want water and it has to be Dasani. That's when I started to become that water snob. All right. I don't know how to explain it. It is different than just like the regular, the $5, big old keg of water that you get with all the different water bottles. I don't know what they call it. It's like a pack of water, right? A pack of bottle of waters. And they're like $5, right? Those, sometimes, people have those and they give them out at work or wherever it might be. I will take one, but I would not mind putting like the little flavorful things in it, like the enhancers, the Mios and things like that, just to give it some flavor because it does nothing for me, right? But water's like Dasani. It's something about it. It just tastes more fresh. It's just a different taste. I don't know how to explain it. I know it's water, but Dasani was my first. And then I think Essentia was my next one, Essentia. And I do really love it. And I'm telling you, I can tell the difference when I have an Essentia and when I have like a regular bottle of water. It's a huge difference. So that is my favorite, and it is more expensive. Listen, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I see the price and it seems like it tastes better, So I get the big old water bottles, like the liter bottle. so I can drink throughout the day. That's what I usually get, throughout my day. Now I have started to do the sparkling water. My husband usually likes like Liquid Death. Those are like, I know it sounds really weird. It has a skull on it. It's kind of creepy. It is. I will say that. It reminds me of like something you would only have during Halloween. I don't know why. I think it was advertised or marketed as a man's water, which is super weird, because it's like it kills your thirst or something. I don't know, something weird, something creepy, very masculine, but the water is good. I will say that. So the sparkling water is good, and they now make flavorful waters. So they'll have like a berry water flavor, they'll have a lime water flavor. I think they even have peach. And then they have still water. So it's not just sparkling, but they have still waters now, which are very, very good too, because it says that it's like still spring water, So I'm telling you, there's a difference, guys. There's a difference. I never thought it was a difference. I didn't understand why people even bought like water in a bottle, because there's water in the faucet. I totally get it. But there is a difference. Now, you can also add not only like the flavorful enhancers like the Mios and like the off-brand type of Mios, that you add the flavor, but there is a hydration multiplier that you can add that's flavorful as well. They have those packets usually at like health food stores, like Sprouts or Whole Foods. Yeah, I think they have it. Sometimes they have it in CVS, because what it does is it's like little powder that you put into your water, and you're supposed to get a certain amount of water intake. It makes it seem like you have more water, you drank more water than you actually drank, right? Like it'll double what it is that you drank. So if you drink a liter, it'll register in your body as, a liter and a half. Like if you guys, I think I told you about the scale that I have, where you get on the scale and it shows your water weight, your body fat, your muscle mass and all that. Well, it'll show you, like I said, your water weight. And with these enhancers that you put into your water, it'll show that your body is even more hydrated than if it were, just the water, right? So things like that you can definitely do, because it is about hydration. I don't know. I've told you guys extensively all the benefits of water, but I have just never dedicated an episode just to water, which is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's plentiful. It's bountiful. It's abundant. Water's everywhere. It rains. We have oceans, so God gave it to us for a reason. And they say that we're 70 to 80% water, right? That's what we are created most of. All the other stuff is only like 20% extra. All the hair and the skin and the teeth and the, the nails and it's all of this stuff that you see is only 20% of what your whole body is made of. 80% is water. So that's how important it is to drink water, to continue to add to your makeup, right? And that means you can also eat water-based food, okay? So that's the thing too, is eating lots of food with water or vegetables, okay? That's the reason why vegetables and fruit are two of the amazing things that you can have in your diet. Now, when you talk about diet, it's not just, I'm not eating certain things. I'm talking about your diet, your daily intake, what you're consuming every single day needs to be filled with water and soluble water foods, okay? Like vegetables, like cucumber. Y'all, cucumber is one of my favorite. I know it's an acquired taste if you don't like cucumber, but cucumber is so good. I love it. I love cucumber. I always grew up. I didn't even grow up eating cucumbers. Like I didn't grow up eating salad. Salad was not a thing for me in my family. We had vegetables. We used to have collard greens and, string beans and things like that. But like just like a raw salad, like with cucumbers and tomatoes and lettuce and things like that. I never ate that. But, when I got older, I started to learn and do better by my body. And cucumbers is like my favorite thing. I can have a cucumber salad and nothing else. Like cucumber is so good, and it's full of water. It is full of water. It literally is water. It's probably more than what we make up. It's probably 95.5% water. Cucumbers are, and then melon, right? Watermelon. I don't love watermelon. Okay. Listen, only thing I used to love growing up was like watermelon candy. I would eat watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Y'all remember those? I know you do. Remember them Jolly Ranchers? And it was always a lot of watermelon. I didn't mind the watermelon Jolly Ranchers, but Watermelon is a great fruit. It is full of water. Listen, it's called watermelon. So I did actually like watermelon when I was growing up, because in the summertime, Black people love barbecues. You would get the big old watermelon, like the big old watermelon and like literally that you bought, from a farm or from the grocery store, wherever, because there's always so many watermelons during the summertime, and they bring it and in the backyard, they cut it up, chop it up, and so yeah, I didn't mind watermelon growing up. It's a good fruit. It is a great fruit. Some people love watermelon. I'm not a watermelon lover, but I know that it is full of water. It's full of hydration. It will give you everything that you need. There's people that go on a watermelon diet. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Like when you start cutting stuff out of your everyday intake of what you're consuming, they will literally only eat watermelon. Okay? Because it has a lot of water in it. Now, you could just drink more water, but there's people that go on watermelon diets. All right? So lots of cucumbers, lots of watermelon. Celery is another one. Celery has so many benefits, but it is full of water. It literally is mostly water. When I juice celery, it's more juice than what's left behind. You know how you have a whole bunch of, skin or seeds or whatever, like other fruits and things. But with celery, it literally is mostly liquid. It is mostly water. That's what's in celery. Celery is so good for you. I know Jay Shetty, I asked him one time, I had done an interview with him at the Darman headquarters back in the day. And I asked him, how does he stay healthy and things like that. He said it was celery juice. He literally drinks celery juice every single day. And him and his beautiful wife, they are very healthy, very focused, very driven, very ambitious, very energetic. And his secret is celery juice, okay? So we got to do what these moguls are doing, what these amazing, world changers are doing, is drink celery juice. It's just that simple, right? So we have to start putting more things into our diet that has plenty of water. One of the things that I do love that is not really talked about much, but it's full of water, is grapes. Honey, I love me some grapes. I will buy a batch or a bunch, whatever you call it, a batch or bunch of grapes, and I will eat that whole bunch in one sitting. It's like candy. It is literally like candy. And so I'm just popping it like candy. I love sweet grapes. So those are just a few water-filled fruits and vegetables that you can definitely start with if you want to start putting more water into your diet. You need to, because I know when I came to California that I was not drinking enough water. I lived on the East Coast, and listen, I took for granted that the East Coast is full of moisture, no matter what time of the year, because we get so many different types of, weather. We have rain, we get snow. Even in the summertime, it's very humid. It's a lot of moisture in the air, right? So I'm telling you guys, I barely drink any water. When I came to California, it is dry. It is the desert, guys. It really is. California is very dry. So I could feel my throat like dry and like on fire because I did not have enough water. I didn't have enough liquid in them. You can tell my skin was super dry. My lips were cracked all the time. I was falling apart because I realized I needed to drink more water. It was so important here in California to drink more water. And I was new. I didn't know, but it really made a difference being on the West Coast. And I felt like, I'm so close to the ocean. You would think that there would be a lot of ocean or a lot of moisture in the air, but honey, it is dry. It is dry here. So I have learned being here in California to drink more water. It's another funny thing when I was hanging out with my friend Catherine is that, I'm an actress and, it's a lot of times we have to cry and, things like that. And, it was kind of difficult for me. I can feel the emotion, but tears, sometimes wouldn't fall. And I worked with her in the very beginning, her and Sophia, who I love so much. And I did an episode with them when they were just crying. Bawling for like 6-7 hours straight, just crying and crying and crying. I was playing like the evil foster mom. I don't know if y'all know that video, but they were crying and crying and crying and crying. And I'm looking at them like, wow, how are they consistently bawling for hours and hours and hours? I said, they really must be hydrated. That's what I thought. Of course we know that they are great actors, right? Of course we know that. They are amazing, amazing actors. But I was just like, man, I really thought I need to drink more water because I don't think I've ever cried that long. And I've done some plays, where my daughter, where in the play my daughter died, and I mean, it's a lot going on, whatever, I've been cheated on, whatever the circumstances might have been. I felt like I had never cried that much. I get like one tear coming down. That's it, right? But they would just cry and they'd be bawling, and I'm like, for me to be a better actor, I need to get more hydrated, honey. I need to drink more water. That's one of the stories I told her, because I was just like, I needed to be more hydrated because I just felt like I couldn't be my best, right? And just think, whatever it is that you might do, if you're not an actor, that's fine. Whatever it is that you do, whether you're a cleaning lady or an entrepreneur or, I don't know, whatever it is that your calling is, your purpose, if you just hydrate yourself, you can really truly be your best. Your body is your temple, okay? That was another thing that we talked about. It's so many people that die from all these illnesses and these diseases that they don't realize it's mainly a lack of just drinking water. And that's it. If they drank water, then their body could function in the way that it should and eliminate toxins and eliminate waste, eliminate whatever it is that shouldn't be in their body. Because first of all, they're probably not eating, all the things that they need to eat as far as their vegetables and their fruit. And, and even if you do eat meat, it's like eat those meats that are full of, water, like seafood. Seafood has plenty of water in it, seaweed is good as well. Soup, things like that, so that your body can constantly be renewing and fleshing itself out, So we talked about Elvis Presley. How they said that when Elvis Presley had died, he had so much waste in his body. They said they opened him up and he had 80 pounds of waste. That's just kind of gross to think about. Sorry for that, that visual. But I mean, but had he drank more water, had he, really allowed his body to function the way that it should, he might still be here today. Dolly Parton is, and look how beautiful she is. I'm sure she drinks plenty of water. She looks so good. She looks amazing. So that's the thing. It's just simple things. And I think, I thought about doing a video where I'm just talking about being simple. Everything should be simplistic in your life, right? So we make everything so complicated, even in what we eat. Oh, I can't just have, just say an apple a day or a vegetable, just one vegetable, like steamed spinach, okay? No, I gotta have sauteed, smothered cream spinach. You know what I mean? Right? I can't just have even if it's chicken, I can't just have baked chicken. No, I gotta have southern fried country chicken. It's we add so much to the things that we eat. And even with the stuff that we drink. It's okay, we can't just have water. No, we gotta have the sodas. We gotta have Coke. We gotta have milkshakes. We gotta have energy drink. We gotta have all the things except just the simple base of it is water, right? So a lot of times, all we need is just what God gave us, in its purest form, right? And that's what keeps us healthy. That's what keeps us going. That's what keeps our brain, operating the way that it needs to. That's what keeps our heart pumping well and making the blood go in and out. And, that's what gives us energy is the water, That's why I do things that helps me, need water. I'll work out because I know, guess what? I'm gonna need some water after that workout. Right? I will grab, that's the first thing I grab. Because after you work out, you don't want juice. I don't want tea. I don't want a milkshake. I don't want an energy drink. Maybe some people do energy drinks, but I actually, I got a story about that. My husband, when we was working out one time, we was working out every day. He would drink energy drinks after, his workout. He ended up in the hospital. Why? Because his arms, for some reason, they were swollen. He couldn't, it was like, he was like the marshmallow man. He couldn't put his arms down and they were swollen and they were hurt. Guess what? They said it was because he was drinking energy drinks instead of water, right? So that's the thing. It's I crave water when I'm working out and when I'm, and when I'm hot, I crave water. I want water, And so that's what I do to help me to get more water into my everyday consumption is I try to make sure that I do the things that get me to wanting more and more water, right? Now, we don't want to put ourselves in dehydration state. They say when you really want water, you're dehydrated, right? So that's why I try to make water my first thing that I drink in the morning, just to get my taste buds ready for something that's good, that's fresh, that's good for my body. So water is the first thing I grab. And then, like I said, I want to make sure that water bottle that I get is going to be done by the end of the day. Now, I probably should have 2, 3, 4 maybe water bottles, throughout the day, but I'm going to try to make sure that one bottle that I started in the morning is going to be done by the end of the day, right? That 1 liter. So those are the things that I try to do to get more water into my diet so that I can look good, so that I can feel good. I mean, as I get older, this is another year. We're in a new year. We're in 2024, honey. 2024. And I'm like, I'm looking good in 2024. But I'm still evolving. I'm still doing things that I, want to make sure that I'm still looking good and feeling good, But sometimes it's just the basic things like drinking more water that will help you be your best. Okay? All right? So let's get some more water into our diets, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because I think that'll be a life changer for this year for you. All right? So that's all I have today. Thank you for joining me. I will see you soon on the next one. Thank you. Bye.